Hi, I'm interrupting this episode of Hey, I Miss You that hasn't even started yet to tell you that if you are an astute watcher of the program, a regular watcher of the program, you might notice that I totally forget what I'm doing. I miss key things like tell me something good, tell me something good, until way late in the show. And I could have edited it to make you not think I messed up, but the truth is I messed up. And we're about the truth here at Hey, I Miss You. So, without further ado, I'd like to take you to Hey, I Miss You with Lake and Lyndale. Hey!
Hey,
I missed you.
I miss you. I'm so glad we're doing this.
I'm so glad we're doing this too. It's Channing and Jon from Lake and Lyndale. Can I sing a theme song at you?
Absolutely.
Hey, I miss you. And I hope you're doing well. I miss you and hearing your music IRL. So I am thinking that you sing me a song or two while I just sit here in my bathroom saying, hey, I miss you.
Yay!
I do miss you both.
Oh, we miss you too.
So good to see you.
You as well. Oh, it's been too long.
It has been too long. I am sitting in my big green bathroom, a place that you have not been yet. And I'm really hoping that someday you can come sing here.
We would love that.
But for the meantime, I'd love to know, where are you right now in this minute?
So we are in Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We're in our kitchen, which is fitting because we do covers in the kitchen. So seemed appropriate.
I like it. I like it. Yeah,
and it's close to the coffee, so.
Oh my gosh, for sure. I'm too far from the coffee situation, but I brought a little tea up with me. So I love that. I wonder also, how are you right now in this second when I snap the Polaroid? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're so cute. How are you right now?
Very good. Yeah, just to be honest, the year kind of started off a little rough just with everything. We've kind of been taking turns being sick. It couldn't happen all at the same time. So we kind of went down the line. But now we played a couple shows over this past weekend, which ended up being like the first shows we played this year. So we're good. We're feeling great. Everyone's healthy. It's good.
That is so good. Yeah, it's hard. I feel like anytime someone gets sick in our house, we're like, okay, well then let's share a popsicle.
Yeah.
Just get it done. But it never works that way.
No. I don't get it.
So inefficient. So inefficient. Could you possibly sing us a song and tell us why you chose that song?
Yes. We are choosing this song because we're releasing it here in the next week.
Yay.
So this is a song, it was one of our first writes with a songwriter here, Kaylee Bishop, who I love. And we were talking about these past relationships, like no matter, you leave certain relationships for the right reasons, but there always seems to be like this one that always sticks out in your mind and always kind of like, even though you moved on, it like stings a little bit to think about and like think about what could have been. So that's what this song is about. And it will be out February 18th. So we're going to
next week.
Yeah. 2. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Saw it in the paper that you had gotten married. You had your arms around her outside of a sanctuary. I swear that she looks a little like me with a touch of ordinary. Standing there all dressed up with a ring I should be wearing. I could have loved you, could have loved you, could have loved you if I would have known better. You were the better man. was so much sweeter. She must have seen you in her dreams. She was a believer. And now she's got my happy ending. I'd give anything to be her. And I could have loved you, could have loved you, could have loved you if I would have known better. You were the better man for me. And I could have loved you, could have loved you, could have loved you if I would have known better. I guess she knew better than me. Sitting here knowing this regret is gonna last for as long as I keep wishing that my future looked more like my past. And I could have loved you, could have loved you, could have loved you if I would have known better. You were the better man for me. And I could have loved you, could have loved you, could have loved you if I would have known better. I guess she knew better than me. I should have known better. I guess she knew better than me.
Hold on, I have to change something. There we go. The echo's gone. Lake and Lyndale. Oh my goodness, I love that. That
Thank
line
you.
about the touch of ordinary. Shut your face.
So backhanded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. I got like all kinds of lyric geek excited in here. I was like, oh,
Yay, that means a lot. Thank you.
so good. This is Hey I Missed You. So Hey I Missed You, I used to have the show called Toilet Tunes, and in case I'm Sarah Morris, I have to introduce myself. I forgot to do that.
Yes.
So I have a tendency to invent shows from my bathroom because it's the one room in my house that has two locks separating me from the humans and the puppies that I live with. Two
Yep.
locked doors. And so Toilet Tunes used to be this thing where people would come and sing in my bathroom, but COVID made that feel too cozy. Someday again, I cannot wait to just up in here. So I also was live streaming, and I was getting tired of singing at my own face. Do you know that game?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And I thought my friends might also be tired of that. And so I said, what if they might sing at my face? And look at you just sang at my face. And I'm so grateful.
Oh, I love it.
Thank
I
you
love
so much. This is Channing and Jon from Lake and Lyndale, Minnesota originals. Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of. And now in Tennessee. And I found this picture of us hanging out in Tennessee.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
yes, that was an awesome night.
That was such an awesome night. I should say that you were half of a foursome. So let's show the foursome. You ready? Can you introduce us to your friends?
Yes. So we've got Eric Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
With the side swipe hair.
I'm not gonna lie, we just got this photo back, and I can't stop talking about his hair in this picture.
Everything about it's amazing. Everything.
So Eric Clifford, originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, and
Okay.
he plays bass. And then Tyler Claver, who is from Defiance, Iowa, originally, and he plays drums.
Defiance, Iowa?
Yes, it's
That's a
small town in
thing?
Iowa. Yeah.
How many songs have you written about Defiance, Iowa?
Wow. You know what? We haven't written a song about it.
Yet.
We should. Yes.
And just as good, Channing's hometown is Assumption, Illinois.
it's true. Yeah.
This is amazing. You come from magical places with like
we do.
that's I do not, but that's exciting. I was preparing for the show today, and I should say that so you've been in Nashville for a while, and we'll get to that, but early COVID, when everyone was like learning to co-write on Zoom, we had a few sessions. We didn't get to finish that song yet, but I found somewhere I wrote your phone number down. I like found this, not that I should be giving it to the people, don't text her. But I was like,
It's fine. I changed it.
oh, good. I was, because of me? No, just kidding. I was
really did it.
cleaning up and I found this random notebook and I was like, what is this even for? And then I was like, wait, that's from Lake and Lyndale. I'm going to see Lake and Lyndale. We're keeping it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started at McNally School of Music in St. Paul, Minnesota as a band.
Yes, that's where we all became friends there. And actually, this is fun fact.
Yeah.
The first official gig that is really wild to think about, because we hadn't started a band or anything at the time, but these boys were who I chose to do both my junior and senior recital. So I always like to say that was like our first gig together.
That's awesome. Recitals are a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my senior recital. It was a big thing.
But it's just it's cool to see from there how long and then we became a band and still a band. So I like to think back on that. I think it's cool.
That's awesome. And you started out doing a lot of covers as a band. Is that true? Or solo covers?
Yeah, in our old band, we just kind of did the Midwest thing, different county fairs and festivals, and probably the better part of 5 years did that thing.
And it did start as a cover band, and then we started, sprinkling in some originals, and then sort of made that shift, to half and half. And
it's a hard transition, I think. I mean, I guess my experience in the Midwest is that, like, once people expect you to do covers, there's a little resistance to those originals. And so it makes sense to me that eventually you do something like pick up and move to Nashville, the world of songwriting. And when you do that, you change names and you become who you are today, which is
Lake and Lyndale.
It's right there. It's right there.
Oh, no, you weren't.
I'm trying to point to it, but it's hard because StreamYard makes it. There we go.
There you go.
Backwards.
Perfect.
I'm sad we didn't put an exclamation point on the end like you did, though, because yours is Sarah.
I overuse that exclamation point. This
is good to know, because honestly, I was thinking about it when I was emailing you back. I use so many exclamation marks in my emails, and I reread them. And I'm like, okay, whoa, like calm down. That one, not necessary there.
I just want you to know how joyful I am. I just want you to feel it. Like,
see, I do that too. So this makes me feel good.
I got you. So Lake and Lyndale, how long have you been in Nashville now?
We just had our 4-year anniversary. Let's see, a few months ago, probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't count 2020.
Yeah.
Because nothing happened. So 3 years with an asterisk.
Yes.
I like that. But, well, we can get to that. But I feel like things did happen because you definitely did. You made things. But so you're down in Nashville. You're learning all about the songwriting community there and like getting yourself like involved. And it seems like that's been something that's really fed you. Yes?
Yes, absolutely. That's just right when we got here, kind of diving in, and then you find, your people where it's just like, I mean, it just inspires me. When I write with them, I just come out, I'm in such a good mood. And so it just like keeps the ball rolling. So I'm really thankful for that.
And you've written a lot for your band, but you've also written for others, such as Erin Grand.
Yes.
Erin Grand was just here 2 weeks ago.
I love her so much. Honestly, the first time I heard her sing, I was like, excuse me? I was like, whew. And she was probably 15 or 16.
Oh, I know. We can't even talk about that. I know.
And I just knew she's awesome. She's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How much of your songwriting community has Midwest ties?
A lot.
Yeah.
So Alex Keel also moved from Minnesota, also went to McNally. It's funny because a lot of us who went to McNally at the same time, we didn't necessarily hang out a ton while we were there.
Yeah.
And it's now that we all moved, we're like so close. It's really funny. But him and I kind of started doing weekly writes. when Aaron moved down here, the three of us started doing weekly writes. So, and then another Phaedra. Yeah, we have a big Midwest community that a lot of my regular writes are with. So it's very cool.
That's awesome. In addition to your regular writing, you have a weekly residency at Ole Red. So when people are down in Nashville, they can see you any old like once a week.
Yeah.
When
Yep.
can they-
So we're usually downtown at Ole Red, sometimes Friday and Saturday, for sure once a weekend. Yeah.
At
So
night
that's
or
been
during
really
the
cool.
daytime?
Usually day.
Yep. Usually day. We'll do maybe like an 11 to 2 or like a 4:30 to 8:30 shift. Yeah.
And is that originals? Like, because Ole Red's in the Lower Broad area, right?
Yeah. The Old Red is one of the, I think, few places on Broadway where it is encouraged for you to put in your own songs. Like, we are doing a lot of covers, but like Old Red, so that's like Blake Shelton's bar. And every kind of country music star has their own bar down there. And they do tend to gravitate towards artists and bands that are releasing their own stuff. And
Cool.
I think they do that because like tourists come to Nashville and they're like, is this the next big thing? Like, they like to kind of play off that a little bit. So we do a lot of covers. We throw in our own stuff. It's super fun.
Do you cover any Blake Shelton at the Blake Shelton bar?
We yes,
do.
because every time requested. They'll
Oh,
be
really?
like, well, you have to play Blake Shelton.
And then it's funny because like we'll do some Miranda Lambert songs and people are like, I can't believe you guys are playing Miranda in Blake's bar. Like, gossip.
We're really stirring the
Stir
pot.
the pot.
You guys are crazy. You're just doing nutty things down there in Nashville. That's amazing. You have a series called Covers in the Kitchen. Did that start when you were down there, or was that in other kitchens?
It started down here.
Okay.
I think what was the first idea? It was going to be covers in the court. We have like this basketball court at the apartment complex. Oh, I told you, our dog. Anytime.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
There was this basketball court and like a tennis court near us, and we're like, oh, we're going to do covers on the court. That was a terrible idea. It was a terrible idea. We did end up making a couple of them, and it just sounded really bad and didn't look great. We're like, okay, let's try again. And then John's like, why don't we do kitchens? And then, yeah, because, all of our friends have kitchens, and, we can that's how it started. And then we got a couple, there's a couple places that we've played down here who have let us come in and use their kitchen. So it's turned into a really fun thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For people who are watching this, like, I'll link to everything, and you can just go and totally watch so much Lake and Lyndale when you're done with us, because there's a lot. I really respect the way, what I'm seeing repeatedly in your story is how much you just keep working at it. Like, and you keep that routine, and you keep that we'll call it a Midwestern work ethic, because you're Midwestern, like, in there with the dreaming. I think that's just some magic sauce.
It's just so important, because I feel like, in this, it's such a roller coaster. So, one day you're feeling like, oh, everything's great. And then that can come down so quick. And so I think like keeping on that routine, surrounding yourself with people who continuously inspire you, like it's just a big part of it. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it, because it's really important just to, keep feeling good about everything, and just keep hustling a little bit,
Yeah. Do you know what I just realized as you were talking is that I totally skipped over one segment of the show, and that's fine, because we're going to come back to it. But what we're in right now is, in case you missed it, ooh, this is Lake and Lyndale. We're still talking to them. That was just, I was having so much fun about it that I just forgot that. Since you've been in Nashville, you've been also embraced by like 89.5 Roots Radio, which is a big, big station. Is it WMOT?
Yep.
WMOT? And through that, you got to play at 3rd and Lindsley.
Yes, that was definitely a huge highlight for us. We always listen to Roots Radio, and when we got down here, I ended up we recorded an EP right away, and I ended up just sending that. And Anna Lee, she ended up reaching out and saying, you know, like what I hear, and she's been very supportive. And so she's the one who got us that show at 3rd and Lindsley, and yeah, very grateful for that, for sure.
That's so amazing. You have released you've released a couple singles and videos. Still Here, There's a Wait, and Habits. Still Here's up for Video of the Year right now at the Midwest Country Music Organization. Yes?
Yes.
That's coming up in like 11 days. Or 9 days or some sort of math like that. Yes, so you'll be up in Minnesota. How exciting. There's a Wait. That's a beautiful video. Still Here, when I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, the picture in picture. That's so cool. And I also love that you were in a bathroom at one point. I was like, there's a bathroom. It's a fantastic video.
Thank you.
Yes, as well as your quarantine recording project. So did you do this in 2020? You said 2020 didn't exist, but did you make In the Nude in 2020?
Yeah, we did.
So it existed. So it counts.
Yeah, the idea behind that was things looked a little different, right? But there were still some songs that we just wanted to put out an acoustic, you know, a kind of more stripped down style thing, because we're going to try to continue to do that as well as putting out singles and things like that, just to kind of keep the ball rolling. And one thing I do want to mention is the cover to In the Nude. I just have to share this story because it's awesome. Hilarious.
Good.
We decided to get bikes and then pose on them naked. And,
of course. I mean,
listen, it's weird, but it was the most hilarious photo shoot. But I have to share this story. So actually, I probably shouldn't. Whatever, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't have bikes. So we were going to go rent some bikes, and we were going to take them to where we were shooting. Okay. And we got there, and the guy was like, well, you can't take these bikes anywhere. And we were like, oh. So we ended up paying money to go on a long bike ride together that day because we couldn't end up shooting. And we couldn't stop laughing because we're like, we just paid money to take, you know, like 2-hour bike ride together, which was awesome and fun. So then we regrouped and borrowed some bikes from friends, but it was the most hilarious shoot because we're all like, you know, no, just be cool. Everyone just be cool. And then the photographer's like, actually, let's try going over to the other side. So everyone's wheeling their bikes. I'm sorry. I will never forget it. Yes. So,
yes. So naked bikes.
I better wrap this up before it gets weird.
I think it's great though to highlight that, like, if you go in following Lake and Lyndale, like I do, like you should, you get the sense of deep camaraderie with your band, and also that like sense of style and glossy like stardom. You know, I mean, there's both, which is great. So I feel like you get the like, I could tell you love each other.
Thank you.
And you put the effort in to like next level it with your presentation to people. And I think that's really cool to see both of them together. Oh, I'll even make a heart about it.
Aww. Thank you. Thank you. Man, I mean, we've been friends for a decade, honestly. And then I think it's just been so cool because, you know, each individual, obviously we're going through life together and chasing this dream together. And so we see each other through the highs and lows. We went through this move all together and went through the brokest times together. And it's really cool. And then us coming together and putting that all into our project. So I'm really glad that comes across because we really do love each other. It's a family for sure. So
when you talk about what you're working on too, you have a new album coming out this year, EP. What do you got? What are you willing to say out loud?
As of right now, we have the single coming out, and I think we're gonna be pumping out some singles more regularly.
Cool.
Yes. Eventually an album.
Yeah. The plan is so we're just putting out a single like every 6 weeks, and then at the end, probably like maybe winter, fall, it's all gonna get compiled into like an album.
Oh yes, that's the plan.
It's a genius plan. I mean, I feel like obviously that's a way that whenever I learn any music business stuff and I don't follow the information I'm given, but that is essentially what they say to do, right? Like that's the smarts. So you're smart.
Yeah. And it was a little different to us, but it was recommended just to like stay in people's faces, keep feeding the algorithmic beast of streaming. And
Algorithm.
Well,
He's
and
so hungry.
always hungry.
well, and I think just money too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be frank about that.
Oh, like more cost effective.
Yeah.
Because an album is expensive. Yeah. And so to diversify the cost of recording.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it.
Diversify. Big words.
I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to do what should have been done a while ago, but Sarah was having a special day. Tell me something good. Tell me.
Something good. You want to do this?
You both get to do it.
Sounds good.
But you start, John.
Sure. It's been really cool. I think lately in this past year, I'm gonna praise Channing for a second, because writing for other people is very difficult. Like as a songwriter myself, not one of my fortes, like sitting in a room and like seeing the vision of what the other person is trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's been cool to see Channing consistently get asked back to writing rooms because she's so good at that. That's cool. And it's like,
that's really nice.
It's a talent that I think not every writer has. Like I said, myself, I'm not good at that. Like sitting in a room with other people and trying to capture what they want. I don't know. There's a special gift to that. And I think that's what part of what can make a great songwriter. And it's tough, man. It's tough.
It's just kind of like reading people's minds a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is...
Do you find it easier as a writer, like just solo write Sarah saying exactly what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, especially, so I didn't write anything until I lived in Nashville. Mm-hmm. Then when I lived in Nashville, I only co-wrote, but I always felt like I didn't know how to, like I definitely didn't have my own voice when I was there, right? So I was learning, and that's awesome. And of course, I'm still learning. When then I moved back and I only solo wrote. So now when I go back to co-writing, I feel it's a weaker muscle, and I've been trying to do it more. But I agree that it's a special gift, and yeah, that was like a double good, because you're right that it's good on the face of it. Plus, it was just good to watch John send the love at Channing, and I'm feeling it over here in Minnesota, and that's
aww.
That's
yeah. It's scary to jump into a co-write, because I think it can elevate a song to the next level, but I think we've all come out of co-writes and been like, that's not exactly what I wanted.
Right.
So yeah, it's like I always relate it to like a blind date or something, where
it is a lot like that.
It might be amazing. It might be awkward and weird.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome. So good. Channing, do you have a good? Tell me something good.
A good would be Valentine's Day is coming up.
3 days away.
Little backstory. Valentine's Day has always been my favorite day of the year. Like, I just remember when I was little, I just looked forward to Valentine's Day. I don't know. And so that's a good thing. I love the Valentine's Day is coming up. Love.
3 days. Don't forget, people. Okay. Now I'm wondering if you'll sing us another song.
Sure.
Okay. I'm pressing the buttons that make it sound better. You ready? Okay.
We were red carpet roses, silver screen moments, black and white kind of love. What we thought was forever turned happily never after all was said and done. Sometimes I wish I could rewrite the ending, but there's some memories you don't mess with. They say that you can't recreate a classic. Sometimes you gotta let the credits roll, 'cause once it's gone you can't remake that magic. Yeah, sometimes you gotta let it go, 'cause the second time around never ends up like it should. Yeah, the sequel ain't never as good. Some stories turn fiction, some heroes turn villains. Most ain't worth the price. Set ourselves up for letdown, thinking it'll work out. Why should we be surprised when they say that you can't recreate a classic? Sometimes you gotta let the credits roll, 'cause once it's gone you can't remake that magic. Yeah, sometimes you gotta let it go, 'cause the second time around never ends up like it should. Yeah, the sequel ain't never as good. Sometimes I wish I could rewrite the ending, but there's some memories you don't mess with. They say that you can't recreate a classic. Sometimes you gotta let the credits roll, 'cause once it's gone you can't remake that magic, yeah. Oh, sometimes you gotta let it go, 'cause the second time around never ends up like it should. Yeah, the sequel ain't ever as good. Yeah, the sequel ain't ever as good.
Yay! Oh my gosh, it's good. The songs are so good.
Thanks, Sarah.
I'm wondering, can you spin us out towards something that you're listening to that's making your ears hot?
Ooh. Yes. Donovan Woods. Been listening. Yep. Oh, he just breaks my heart. Like it's like great in a great
Is he Nashville based?
He's from Canada, and so he gigs a lot up there. When I look at the credits on his album, though, it's a lot of like Nashville co-writes and stuff. Like Lori McKenna is on there, Ashley Monroe. I think he still lives in Canada, though.
Okay, well, next time Channing Krentz, next time he's in town.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Listening to a lot of him. Ashley Monroe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
And Brothers Osborne is a big one. Like as far as country superstars, we love their writing.
Love
And
They're
just, like,
so good.
That last record, I just, I get very obsessed about albums that I love, and it's just like that's all I'll listen to for like a month straight. They laugh at me all the time. They're like, "Oh, if I'm driving, we know what we're listening to, all the favorites."
Yeah,
but I do, so love that.
And then I think the Ashley McBride stuff comes to mind for us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Some of our faves.
I'm going to link to some of those below so that people can also. It's where you go. We all need.
I got to ask you the same question quick though, just if there's anything that we're missing and need to.
Yes. Well, this particular right now, what I'm obsessed with is the new Anais Mitchell album, which is self-titled Anais Mitchell. Okay. That one really, the first song is called Brooklyn Bridge, and I would go give that one a try.
Whoa, okay. Awesome.
Sweet.
I will. I felt like it was a special. And now I'm going to ask you to tell us all an action item. What is one thing we can do?
I would say the one thing right now with us putting out a lot of new music, follow on Spotify.
Follow on Spotify. That's the one thing we're asking you to do as soon as we're done here. Excellent. Okay. I want to thank you both so much for spending time with me.
Having us.
It was a real joy to get to. I feel like I haven't gotten to see you all that many times in real life, but like this summer, was it this summer? Yeah, or this fall, like I was singing in a bar in Minnesota, and suddenly you just walked in, and I was like, "What? That was magic!" So
we saw you were playing, and we're like, "We gotta go." It was awesome.
More magic times, and I want to thank my patrons. I have to thank my patrons. These are magical humans that keep it possible for me to make music and crazy shows in my bathroom. And then I need to thank the watchers for coming back week after week. Fridays at noon on YouTube. We will be back next week with another guest. But in the meantime, let's give a round of applause for Lake and Lyndale. And thank you so much for being. Can I sing the song one more time?
Yeah.
Hey, I miss you. And I hope you're doing well. I miss you and hearing your music IRL. So I am thinking that you sing me a song or two while I just sit here in my bathroom saying, hey, Channing and Jon, I miss you. I miss you. And I hope you're doing well. I miss you and hearing your music IRL. So I am thinking that you sing me a song or two while I just sit here in my bathroom saying, hey, I